Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Sashay Away with Barry. I am here, I'm going to talk about this week's episode. It is RuPaul's Drag Race Season 11, Episode 5, Monster Ball. I love the ball challenges. I'm wearing my boo shirt and this lovely spider fascinator. That is not in honor of Aquaria's spider dress, it is just because it's what I have. And I wore it at Dollywood this year for Halloween. I'm here going to talk about this episode. I took 0 notes. I went to a viewing party, which if you go back one video, you can watch that. The performances from Phoebe O'Hara and Miss Brooklyn Heights, who won this week's challenge. Spoiler alert, sorry everyone if you haven't watched the episode. But it was a night. This was great. I mean, this viewing party was weird. Phoebe O'Hara is not a great viewing party host. She talked through half of the episode. Sorry, I'm gonna fix my shirt. She talked through half the episode, so I couldn't hear what was happening during the episode. And then she kind of dominated the conversation as well during the commercial breaks. But go back and watch it for yourself. Brooke does get a few words in, but there were some commercials where she didn't even get up to talk because Phoebe O'Hara just kind of took over everything. It was very weird. She was just filling in for Dusty Ray Bottoms, who went on tour with the Twisted Circus in Europe. But Dusty Ray will be back next week, and I believe she is having the one and only Evie Oddly. I will not be at this viewing party, but if you're in New York City, I highly recommend going. It's in a great little space called Vinyl. It is in the East Village on between 12th and 13th on 3rd Avenue. It was super fun. I did the meet and greet. I got a lovely photo with Brooklyn. And that's really all I have to say about that viewing party. I am, however, going to see Evie Oddly at Drag Brunch this coming Sunday. That's not today, which I am filming on. It is next Sunday, April 7th at Iridium. I will be at the noon show. If you're in town and want to go, get yourself a ticket. I already have mine. I'm going with David Irby. We're going to have a lovely, lovely time. But get yourself a ticket and maybe we can end up sitting together. I did get VIP because I want to sit up close so I can videotape some performances from the queens. It is 5 New York City queens that do the show, and then Evie is the special guest, so she will be performing as well. I went last season when Asia O'Hara was there, and it was a lovely, lovely show. We had terrible seats, which is why I did VIP this time, so we will hopefully have better seats to see it this time around. Anyway, let's talk about this episode. Again, I didn't take notes, so it's going to go by pretty quick. Pretty much all I'm going to talk about is the looks this episode. And while I do that, I may be looking down because I have it all set up so that I can actually watch the runways while that happens and talk about it so that I can get through all 33 looks quickly. After each set, I will tell you my 3 favorite and my least favorite, if I can pick just one. Right now, the dog is climbing on the sofa. I just want to make sure she gets up okay, and she is fine. She is sitting there nicely laying down on the back of the sofa like a cat, because that is what she is. Anyway, let's start. So our mini challenge this week was to create a Barbie doll look, to be Ru's new doll's best friend. I do not have RuPaul's new doll. However, I do have one of RuPaul's dolls. This is from 2005. It is also by Jason Wu. It is 99% plastic, 1% woman. And when you open her up, ta-da! She is stunning. She is still in the box. I have not taken her out. I may never take her out. I also have the Funko Pop doll of RuPaul, so that one is out on my desk and I play with that. This one is going to remain in this box for a long, long time. I don't have the new one. It's a little pricey for me. If you want to send it to me as a gift, I will happily accept it. But that's all I'm going to say. This is my doll I have. I do not have her new doll, and I'm not ordering it. RuPaul gets enough of my money. That's that. So they made doll looks. I'm just going to go. Like I said, I didn't take notes, so I can't go through all of them. I'm going to talk about my favorite ones. I actually really love Nina's. I loved her little pussy dress. I love that she was the feminist. It was funny to hear the little word. I don't know if they wrote those words. I'm assuming they must have. But they must have time to do that as well because some of them were really good. I liked her is that when you pull her string, her pussy grabs back. It was funny. She had a book in there. That was the little prop, and it was the feminine mistake instead of the feminine mystique. Really, really good. I also liked. I liked Brooks. I thought it was funny that she was the Bachelorette. It was the Bachelorette you see at every drag show. It made perfect sense, and Rue's like even said, "I know this girl. Yeah, everyone knows her, and she is annoying." Sorry to any of you Bachelorettes out there, but that's the way it is. And my favorite one, who I thought should have actually won, was Akiria with her penitentiary Barbie, and she pulled. It said, "Pull her string," and she will pull a knife out of her, a knife or a switchblade out of her wig, and I just thought it was hysterical. I loved the outfit. I thought it was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So good, and I thought she should have won. I did not think Raja should have won, who did win. It was fine. The best part about it was her extra large drank prop, but I didn't think anything else was great about it. But again, I thought she should have gone home weeks ago, but for some reason they seem to like her there, and so I don't see her going home anytime soon. A lot of people thought she was going to go home this week. She wasn't even in the bottom two. She wasn't even in the bottom three. She was safe. So I don't know. I don't know what they're seeing in her, but I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. But that's the way it is. So Raja wins the mini challenge. She won $1,000 worth of ice cream. It was a little confusing. She got kind of the. I mean, I would love $1,000 worth of ice cream. She kind of got the crappy gift though. She got nothing to like improve her drag, other than maybe gain weight and be a fat queen. And go for it, girl. Gain some weight. You're skinny. Enjoy your ice cream. I hope it was good. They probably don't even have any near her. It's probably an LA thing. But what you gonna do? That's the prize you get. On to the Maxi Challenge. It is a ball. We are having a ball. It is a monster ball. And it is spooky. Obviously, this is geared specifically for Evie Oddly. She's the weirdo queen. And she did pretty well in it, I will say. The first look that they have to do is Trashy Trick-or-Treater. And it's those sexy costumes, sexy nurse, sexy librarian, sexy doctor, sexy construction worker, whatever you can do as a sexy miniskirt kind of girl. And I like the idea of it. I like that it was a challenge that you could buy a costume for, but none of them did, except for one. And I loved her because she actually did something with it as well. But it was funny. I like the idea. The next category was witch, please. They had to be a witch of any sort that they wanted to. I liked that they all did different witches. That was a bonus to me. They didn't all just come out dressed as, the Wicked Witch of the West. So I enjoyed that. And then the last category is MILF Extravaganza. And that is monsters I like to freak. They had to dress up as a monster, but a sexy monster that you want to fuck. Those are the three categories, and I think they're all fun. I didn't take notes, so I'm not going to talk about the workroom. We're going to go right to the runway, because there are 33 looks. Like I said, I'm going to be kind of watching this because I have it queued up on my iPad, so I can just go in and I'll pause after each one and talk about my favorite looks and my least favorite look. Here we go!
Have you ever seen The Witches of Beastwick?
First category is... Sorry, I'm waiting for it to load. Trampy Trick-or-Treater. And we have Akiria up first. And she is a casino girl. I was hoping it was a cigarette girl because I think that would have been cuter. I love the idea of it, but it's a cute costume. I like that she did something different. I love the hat. I actually love the coat and tails that she's wearing over the bodysuit. But it's a good look. She looked great. Next up is Vanessa Vanjie Mateo, and she's coming out as a Victoria's Secret model in a corset, pants, and a bra, and some giant wings. The wings are cute. They're a little floofy. You really can't get good wings like Courtney Act had, and you're never gonna see those again on the runway. But it's good. She was fine. Next up, Plastique Tiara, and she is a Playboy bunny, and this is perfect. She did it exactly right. It is a cute costume. This is the right time to wear a little bunny suit. The cuffs are good, the ears are good, the hair is good, the makeup is good. It fits her lovely. It's a great, great look. I haven't been tooting and booting them, so I'm gonna say to Plastic Tiara. Scarlet Envy is a slutty pirate. It's cute as well. She looks really good. It's a costume that you could buy in a bag, but she didn't. It's really cute. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Yes, girl.
Toot for her too. Nina West comes out as the plant from Little Shop of Horrors. It is everything that I want from Nina. It is campy. It is cute. I love it. I wish her boobs opened up. That's the only thing I wish, is that her boobs actually opened up at the Venus Flypast.
Yes,
Big toot.
bitch.
Big toot. Big toot. Really liked it. Next up, Raja O'Hara, and she came out as a sexy cat. She's wearing a cat mask. You couldn't paint your face like a cat? I hate it. I don't like it. It's a bodysuit with some. I guess it's a cat suit. Boo. Boot. Next up is Sugar Cane. She had to explain that she is a troll doll because no one was getting it. It's terrible. It's really, really bad. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. It's bad. Major boot for Miss Sugarcane. This was not her week. I don't get that at all. Next up, we have Brooklyn Heights as a mummy, and girl is on point. She walked the entire runway on her fucking toes. The straps are a wonderful idea to do for the ballet shoes because they kind of wrap up your leg just like the mummy bandages. So I gotta give her props. It is a toot. Ariel Versace came out in a full gown that with the same fucking hair that she wears every week in a different color. The syringes on her shoulders, sorry, not her elbows, her shoulders are actually really cute. I like the idea. I like the blood-stained gloves. But this was a boot. It wasn't a trampy costume. Didn't like it.
Yes.
Boot. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Boot. Next up is fucking Evie Oddly as a Tyrannosaurus Rex. This is the one that bought a store-bought costume and did something with it, but she said that it is a child's costume. She put fucking claws on her shoes. She has claws on her hands. She has her face in this mask, which is so exquisite. The hair coming out of it is perfect. It is a toot.
OMG.
Yeah, I can't say anything but nice things about this because it is so good. I love it. I love it. I love it. And the way she walked down the aisle, the runway was so good. Silky Nutmeg Ganache is in a bodysuit and is a unicorn. It is hideous. It's really gross. She needed a bigger horn. She has a pink horn and pink hair, and it kind of gets lost. This white bodysuit is atrocious. Boot. It's still going on, and I just can't talk about it anymore. That's the end of that one. Amazing. It was actually a good runway. I liked most of them. Obviously, you saw that I did some boots. My favorite was... Well, I had three favorites. I have to push this back because it's sliding into my eyes. You can see my fucking hair. Let's do it like that. There, it's not in my eyes anymore. You can see my beautiful face. My favorites were Nina, Brooklyn, and Evie, and I'm gonna throw in Plastique Tiara as well, and Akiri, because I liked all of them. Of them all, I think my favorite was Evie, just because I thought it was ridiculously funny. And I thought she did it really well. She put those fucking claws on her heels, on the toes of her heels, and it was just hysterically funny. She made me laugh. She made everyone laugh on the panel. It was a big hit. After that, I would say Nina West. I loved Nina West. It made her body look super thin. The silhouette she had was gorgeous. It wasn't super short, which was good for her. I think on a normal person, it probably would have came to their knees, but for her, it came to like mid-thigh. I thought her body looked stunning in it. My least favorite is probably Sugarcane, because it just didn't make any sense. I didn't get it. And it was just bad. So sorry, Suga, you did not do it for this part of the runway. But we are going to move right along and move on to bum bum bum. Witch, please.
You know, have you ever seen The Witches of Beast Witch?
These are witches. They are all different witches, and I will try to explain them to you. First is Akiria C. Davenport. She came out with a raven on her head. I don't like this. I think it's very basic. I mean, it's pretty. Yeah, I don't like it. I'm gonna boot it. Sorry. And yeah, I wasn't in love with this. It was not good. Vanjie came out, and I don't see witch in this at all. The gown part of it is full feathers, which is gorgeous. The hair is red pin curls. She has a fascinator on. Yeah, it's beautiful, but I'm gonna boot it because it's not a witch. Sorry, Vanjie. That's not a witch. It's gorgeous, but not a witch. Plastique Tiara came out in the same bodysuit that she has already worn once. And she wore it for her zodiac sign. And it looks great because it actually works really well for this. She is Maleficent. Every queen has done Maleficent, so it's a little boring, but it's gorgeous. I'm going to give her a 2 just because it's really good. And she did the thing. 2.
Yes, queen.
Next up is Scarlet Envy, and this is insane. She described it as a Fire Island witch. And if you don't know Fire Island, it makes perfect sense. I loved it. I thought it was so good and so weird. And the prosthetic was funny on her nose. So I'm going to give her a 2.
Yes, girl.
Next up, Nina West. And she came out as one of the burning witches from Salem, Massachusetts. And I live for it. This is genius. Absolutely genius. I don't know what else to say about it. It is so good. It is perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Asia O'Hara. Raja O'Hara came out in this green suit. It's pants and a big jacket. It's Tiffany Pollard's hair from last week. Apparently she left it and she's like, oh, I can wear that. It is a big boot for me because it says Emerald City, but it does not say witch to me. Next up is Sugar Cane. She came out with a frame and did Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary technically I don't think is a witch, but this outfit is so genius that I'm not gonna boot it because I think it's fantastic. She looks great in it. The blood coming down her head and down her chest is stunning. The dress itself is so distressed and hideous that I can't get over how beautiful it is. She did her teeth. I loved it.
Yes.
2. Brooklyn Heights came out as the Enchantress. Oh my god, look at my hair in there. That is crazy. And this is the Cara Delevingne character from Suicide Squad. She did it exquisitely. I think she came out with no shoes on, which is interesting. But she did her dance along the way, and it made it even more special. So it is a big toot for this one. She looks fantastic in this.
Yes, bitch.
Ariel Versace came out kind of as Effie from the Hunger Games a little bit. She wasn't a witch, though. And again, it could be from Wicked the Musical, but it's not the witch. It's an Emerald City person. It's not a witch at all. Sorry. Bye. Miss Evie Oddly came out as a witch. It's super cute. I love the one eye and that it's completely white. I love this wig. The baby doll dress is cute. It could have been a little longer for me to make it a little more sinister, but I think it's really fun. She nailed it. Good job.
LMG, yes.
Silky Nutmeg Ganache came out supposedly as Eveline from The Wiz. The reference is there, but this is so hideous. And she totally missed the mark, especially with the makeup. This dress, it's so ugly. I'm not a fan. Yeah, I don't get it. It didn't work. I was in The Wiz in high school, and this was terrible.
Yes.
No!
Please.
Boot. Sorry. I had the wrong one in my hand again. So let's go through my favorites from that set. My top winner is Nina West with this. She was gorgeous in this dress. It was so good and so fun and made perfect sense. After that, I would say Brooklyn Heights had a great look. Plastique Tiara had a great look. And again, Evie Oddly had a great look. So if you didn't, I had 5 from the first one, 4 from this one. 4 of them are the same. So clearly I am a little biased with who I liked this time around. I would also put I would put Scarlet in there. I would put Scarlet up there as well, and even Sugar King, because I loved them both. So there's 6. Scarlet Envy was great, and Sugar Cane was great. So those were my favorite ones. My least favorite, I'm gonna say Raja. It was fine, but it wasn't a witch. Again, Ariel wasn't a witch either. So those two are probably my bottom. I did not like either of them, but I think Raja was my least favorite of them. And so she is my bottom for this round. Now, moving on to MILF extravaganza.
So, have you ever seen The Witches of Beastwick?
It says Mighty Love is playing, and I hate this song. I hate it as the runway song. I hate that we listen to it every week. It's making me crazy. But Akira C. Davenport is up first, and she came out as a spider. I like the spider on my head, which is better than her spider on her body. I don't like it. It's a boot. I'm just going to say boot right now, and that's the toot one. That's a boot. I think it looks terrible. I think it looks cheap. It looks awful. The spider on her back looks like a backpack, and I don't love it. I think it's all wrapped in tape. Big boot, sorry. Next up, Vanessa, Vanjie, Mateo, boot. Again, I'm going to boot it because the most interesting thing about it is the headstone. I also like the bird on it, but I don't want those feathers on top. The dress is just so basic and crazy. I think I own this wig. I think I wore it as Medusa last year. She put a bug on her face. Boot. Did I already push the button? If not, it's a boot. Plastique Tiara came out as Mistress Death with her sickle. This dress is beautiful. I love the skulls and the hands on her shoulders. I love this hair. It has a bird head in it of skull. And her face is painted great. She did it exactly right. It's beautiful. So good job, Plastic Tiara.
Yeah, bitch.
Scarlet Envy came out as the Swamp Thing with a full mask on, and I live for it. I think this is gorgeous. I think it is fashion. I mean, it's cheap fabric, but that's what you're going to get in the workroom. They're not going to give you fancy stuff. I love that she put the netting on as like a cape. It's around her neck. She made gills. I think it's stunning. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I loved it.
Yeah.
Big toot. Next up, Nina Flowers. I have to say, when she first came, I was watching this on the giant screen. When she came out, I thought that was her actual face. And then she peeled it off, and it was terrifying. The dress is simple, but it works. She's not a sewer. We know that from the first challenge. So she did better this time. I love the hair. I love the face. I love the mask. It's a toot. It's not the best toot in the world, but it's a toot.
Yes, girl.
And next up is Raja D. O'Hara. And I don't know what she was supposed to be. First of all, any girl that brought horns for the Zodiac, use them in this challenge. Horns does not make you a monster. I do like the red hair on her. I don't know. She has fangs in as well. These pants, I think, are hideous. They were probably an option for her to wear as an Aries. I like her collar piece, which is bones, and then she's carrying this fucking snake bone thing. Boot. I don't like her. You can probably tell. Sugarcane came out as the devil's wife, I think she said, with this feather merkin. I like her hair. Again, she's wearing the fucking horns, which I guess works for Satan. She's carrying the ram's head. The skirt is basic, just wrapped around her. I like the little fur bolero. I like the pasties on her boobs. I don't hate it. So I'm actually going to give it a 2.
Yes.
Brooklyn Heights. It's gorgeous. I love the walking stick. The snake wrapped around her head is wrapped lovely. The bunch of tulle to make her headpiece around her head. It's not a monster. But I'm going to toot it just because it's... Nope, I'm going to boot it. Because it didn't read monster to me at all. Ariel Versace is a boot. She's fucking came out as a mermaid, and there's no monster in this, unless you think mermaids are monsters, and if that's the case, you should have, like, prosthetic teeth, you should have a very severe face, you should not be wearing this outfit. And again, the hair in a different color. I'm giving it another boot. Evie Oddly. She said she was doing a voodoo doll, and I totally didn't get that from this. This outfit she made is horrible. It's a boot. I love the wig. The fact that she put those little hands in it is weird. I don't get that. It's a boot. She redid it on Instagram. Go look at her Instagram. It's beautiful. Silky Nutmeg. I can't boot this enough. She didn't do anything for this challenge. I'm just going to keep hitting this. She put the same fucking horns on that she already wore on a white wig. She painted some glittered tears on her eyes. And she made this hideous gown that she called leather and fur, and that is not leather. It's not even vinyl. It is pleather. It was disgustingly bad. Giant boot for that one. And that's our runway. So my favorites on this time around are... I think my favorite was Scarlet Envy. I really liked it. I thought it was smart. I thought it was fun. It made sense to me as a monster. It was sexy as well. Also, Plastique Tiara was one of my favorites. Brooklyn was really good, but it wasn't a monster, so I can't give her credit for that. And Nina West, again, I liked hers. It was creepy, and it wasn't the best dress, but it was good. She paid attention to the challenge. I think that's all that I really, really liked. And I have to give the I mean, there's so many that I thought could be in the bottom from this round. But the absolute worst was Ariel Versace, because she did not fulfill the challenge. She made a mermaid costume, and it wasn't even a good one. So I didn't get it. It made no sense. But that's that. So those are all the looks. If you want to play along with me, you can follow me on the Instagram, which is The Real Barry Brown, TheRealBarryBrown. And I do I do all the looks on my Instagram story during the week. And I'm gonna start them. I did last week already. I didn't give my shout out. I will do that at the end for who won. I'll just do it right now. Last week, the winner was dun, 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 Miss Vanjie.
God! God! God!
I tooted her look, but I didn't think it was the best. But she won last week. I don't even remember what the runway was. Nope, I can't think of it. But she won. She wore she wore feathers. I saw that. I remember that. She had the big feather headdress. I think that's what made her win. It wasn't my favorite last week, but it was good. And I tooted it. I can't deny that. I tooted a lot last week though. I only booted a few. But what was the fucking challenge? Hold on, it's driving me crazy. What was the challenge, everyone? You're all cursing at me right now at the screen, aren't you? Because I don't remember what it was. Hold the line. Oh, it was orange. Orange alert. Yeah, it wasn't my favorite. Brooklyn was my favorite last week, and I got to see it in person this week when she performed. But you all voted. Not you all. Those of you who did vote, the highest score went to Vanjie. Akira had a high score as well. Brooklyn had a high score as well. I'm looking back to see the numbers. Oh, yeah. The loser of the week was Mercedes Iman Diamond. Yeah, she had the lowest score from the Toots and Boots. So if you want to play along, go ahead. I'm going to be doing them. I'm going to do 3 different ones this week. Usually it's just the one runway one. This week we had 3 different runway looks. So I'm going to do them separately. And it will be up sometime tonight. So once this video is posted, it will be up. Instagram stories only last for 24 hours, so you gotta do it quick. And then tomorrow will be the next runway, and then the following Tuesday, I guess that's Tuesday, yeah, will be the 3rd runway, and then we will have 3 winners for next week to announce. I meant to announce that at the beginning, and I forgot. But you can follow me at The Real Barry Brown. That's TheRealBarryBrown. And you can toot and boot the Instagram stories for the looks of the week. That's really all. Oh, I want to talk about the toots and boots from Raja and Aquaria. They have been killing me this season. Because Raja has been basically tooting everything and Aquaria has been booting most everything. It kind of reversed this week. Raja was in a bad mood, and maybe it's because people were calling them out for their toots and boots from the season, but she was in a bad mood and did not like most of the looks this week. It was crazy, crazy, crazy. But the ones she did like, yeah, she was nuts. She went bananas, and I don't get it because she gave, well, not she, they gave Ariel, out of the 3 looks, the first look, 2 toots. The second look, 2 toots. The third look, a toot and a boot. What? Ariel Versace, the girl that got sent home. Yeah, terrible. Raja got all toots. And top toot for the last look. And that fucking bone thing. Yeah, what? Nina did get all toots this week, which she deserved. I approve of that. Who else? Silk got all boots, which I approve of just because I don't like her. Akira got all boots except for 1, which was for her first look from Aquaria, but Raja booted it. Made no sense. Vanessa got toots for her first and second look and a boot for her last look because it wasn't scary. I mean, it wasn't monster. Yeah, she did that headstone on her head. I booted it too. They gave plastique boots for her second look, which was Witch, because it was Maleficent, and they said too many queens do Maleficent, so they booted it. It was stunning. Yeah, these were all over the fucking place. Scarlett got 3 toots, and so on the first one they were split. Raja tooted it, Aquaria booted it. The second look, they tooted both and gave her top toot for the Witch, because she was the hag from the Fire Island. And then they gave her boots for her monster look, which was my favorite one. Yeah, I don't get it. And then Brooklyn got all toots, and she won the first one as the mummy. She got top toot for that. But they are just so crazy on that show. I don't get it. I don't understand what they're doing. I know that they tape them when it's actually happening, and all they go is off a photograph, so they don't see them moving. Maybe they're seeing something different than we are. I don't know. It just seems so weird that they're so... Their toots and boots are crazy. It's gonna fuck up my fantasy, not my personal one, but the fantasy league. People are gonna have crazy scores this week. But that's the way it is. That's the way it goes, I guess. But there was so many boots that it's just nuts. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Next week we are having the Drag Olympics. Drag Olympics. I'm not sure which one. I think it's just Drag Olympics. Travis Wall is going to choreograph. I heard it is a dance challenge, and that worries me for some queens. I hope Raja goes home, but I hope that every week. But it doesn't seem to be happening anytime soon. They like her. They like her for some reason, and I don't get it. But that's just my own personal bias towards her. I don't like her as a queen. Oh, I did want to talk about Evie Oddly, who I adore. She's one of the strongest queens they have this season. I loved her from her initial interviews on that stupid thing they took down, as well as her Meet the Queens. I think she is creative and fun. Her drag is smart. It is not polished, but I don't care about that. I just want good drag. It reminds me of some Brooklyn drag, if you don't know Brooklyn drag, that's kind of what it is. And I appreciate it. It is a different kind of drag. It is not everyone's kind of drag. I get that. But she is getting in fights with everyone. Raja hates her, and I think Silky hates her. Those are the only two that are coming to my head right now. Raja really hates her. But what Raja said this week was, if I have to lip sync every time, I'll lip sync every time, and I'll get to the end. I agree with her. If that's all you got, then you're not on this show. That's not what this show is about. It is a big part of it, but it is not what this show is about. Have her lip syncs been great? Yes. We didn't talk about the lip sync from this show. This episode in Who Went Home. But let's... I think she and Silky are going to get into it next week, according to the previews. And that bitch can go home, too. I'm not a Silky fan. I have never been a Silky fan. The one episode she was winning me over, she pissed me off during Untucked. So yeah, I'm not on board with the Silky still. I'm ready for her to go. I have a feeling she'll be around for a while, but I don't want her on the TV anymore. When she gets her own show, I will not watch it. I will not support it. I will not talk about it, because I don't like her as a person or a drag queen. I think she offers nothing special. And that's just the way I feel. Let's talk about this lip sync. It was to I'm Your Baby Tonight, I think that's the name of it, by Whitney Houston. It was Miss Sugar Cane. Oh, I didn't even announce the winner. Oh my god. I am a terrible recap person. Anyway, so let me tell you first, this thing is sliding off my head again. I'm really trying to hide my hair because it looks so gross. There it is. So at the viewing party, Fifi O'Hara, after the runway, said, "Who do we think won?" And the audience was pretty much in agreement that it was first, Nina West, second, Plastique, third, Brooklyn Heights. Brooklyn Heights was the special guest of this viewing party, and people didn't even say that she was the best. And yet, she won. I don't get it. And Nina West wasn't even in the top. She wasn't even in the top, which makes zero sense to me. I mean, they put Evie in the top 3, which I love, but they should have put Nina there in her place. Ru just said she was so happy with her first 2 looks. That means they didn't like Nina's looks, which makes no sense to me. If they really hate campy queens, they gotta stop putting them on there. I'm ready for a campy queen to win. I'm ready for Nina West to win. I'm ready for it. Anyway, Brooklyn wins, and I'm not gonna complain about it because I like her, and I think she has a good chance of winning this whole season. I'm over the Brangie thing. Brooke and Bangie, I think it is literally for television. I don't know that there's anything... If it's true love, great. I've heard they are not still together, which happens. but it feels a little manufactured to me. I'm sure the producers are amping it up. I did love that Nina and Silky kiss this week. It was gross, but I thought it was very funny that they did it just kind of to make fun of them. And that's all I'm gonna say about that, because I don't like it. I thought it was cute at first, and now I'm just tired of it. Oh well. That's the way that goes. What else do I want to talk about? Next week we're doing Drag Olympics. That's where I was. It looks like a dancing challenge. Travis Wall's gonna choreograph. He is tough, so it might be some tough choreography. I don't think a lot of these queens are modern dancers, and that's what he does. It'll be interesting to see if Raja can do it, since she, has had all this dance experience and then showed none of it. So it'll be fun to see that. I hope she fails, because I don't like her. I feel bad for Miss Scarlet Envy, because she is not a dancer, and if this really is a dance challenge, there's kind of no way of hiding it. So that she might struggle next week as well. That's all I know. I don't read spoilers, I don't listen to spoilers, I don't talk about spoilers on here. That is just from the top of my head. Obviously Brooklyn should do well. It's a dancing challenge. Although if she only does ballet, she can move, obviously. But if that's not what she's doing, maybe she won't do incredibly well. I don't know. And maybe it's not really a dance challenge, but that's what it looks like to me. So we'll see. We'll see next week. I do want to talk about Miss Sasha Velour's show, Smoke and Mirrors. It is a one-woman show. I think this is her first one-woman show that she's done. I've seen nightgowns many, many times. She did this show in Australia, and I believe she has tweaked it a little, and it was here in New York for 2 weeks. Completely sold out. I went to it. Brooklyn Heights was there the night I went. Miss Angina from season 1 was there, as well as Milk from season 6 and All Stars 3 were all in the audience. None of them in drag. I appreciate that they did not come in drag and try to steal attention. There were also a bunch of Brooklyn queens there that I'm not going to go into, other than Untitled Queen, who I adore. She is my favorite Brooklyn queen out there, and I love her. Horachata was also there, who is one of the founders of Bushwig, so I love her for that. They will be announcing the Bushwig lineup on Monday. I'm hoping they announce the dates as well, because I still don't know when it is, other than it's in September. But they were all at the show. And this show was pure magic. It's called Smoke and Mirrors, and that is what she gave you. It is so good. I hope she's taking it on tour, and if she does, you need to go see it in your town. It is perfection. She does 13 numbers, and there isn't a bad one in the bunch. She is so thoughtful about her drag, and so creative, and so beautiful and stunning, and she gives you some stories, some backstories from her life along the way. It was just, I can't rave enough about it. It was fantastic. So go see it. If she tours and it's in your city, go see it. It's ready to be taken around the country, as far as I'm concerned. It was so good. Or if it comes back to New York and you're in New York, go see it, because I would go see it again. That's how good it was. I highly recommend it. My doorbell's ringing, and I don't know why, so I'm gonna say goodbye to you all here, because my dog is gonna start barking now. I will talk to you next week. Have a great week. I love you all. Bye.